name is LoeyLane, and I'm so excited to tell you guys about my new podcast, Internet Urban Legends, with my BFF Snitchery.
We deep dive into the darkest corners of the internet to uncover whether some of the most notorious web myths are hoax or whether they're con. Internet Urban Legends, available exclusively on Spotify.
Hello, my loves. Welcome back to my channel, or welcome to my channel if you are new here. Hi, hello. My name is Loey. Today, we are going to be talking about something that I was kind of unsure, like, should I make a video about it? But ultimately, I decided that this is something that really wigs me out and it freaks me out. So I feel like it'll probably also freak you guys out to a degree. And that specifically is the topic of Elon Musk's Neuralink. When this started being like spread all over social media, recently everyone was like, we can't get a new season of Black Mirror because we're literally living it. And when I tell you guys about this more, if you're already not familiar with it, you're going to agree. And who knows, is it really good? Is it really kind of creepy? That'll be up for us to decide. Before we get into today's video, we do have a sponsor, and I filmed that the other day, so you will see me looking a little bit different. Today's video is sponsored by Scentbird, my go-to beauty subscription service. Think of Scentbird as your own personal perfume wardrobe. Every single month, you can pick from over 600 different brands and find scents that you will truly adore. For just $16 a month, you can try out a new perfume from top brands such as Gucci, Prada, Versace, and so much more. They're not tiny little perfume samples either. Each one is a 30-day supply of whatever perfume that you choose. I got a couple different ones this month, but my favorite has to be Confessions of a Rebel Get a Room. The notes are red apple, mandarin, cypress, liquid vanilla, and clary sage oil, and it smells divine. I'm not like a one spritz and I'm out the door kind of perfume wearer. I spray it everywhere. So trust me when I tell you, your bottles from Scentbird really do last. This is a great way, I feel, to try out perfume, especially in the era of COVID-19 where you can't really smell anything in stores anymore. Perfume shopping is one of my favorite things to do, and I feel like I'm getting that experience at home with Scentbird each and every month. If you don't know what you want to try, all you have to do is fill out a quick little quiz on the Scentbird website to be matched with a perfume that they know you'll love. Some other interesting scents I never would have tried otherwise were it not for Scentbird are Rag & Bones Amber. It smells super, super ambery, obviously, with tobacco and vanilla, and it's really kind of musky and pretty. Also this from Nanette Lepore, it smells like a cocktail in the best way. It has like vanilla and bergamot and jasmine and like fruit and stuff, and it smells really divine. If you want to get started with Scentbird, you can use my code LOEL for 55% off of your first month of Scentbird today. Once again, click the link in my description box down below and use code LOEL for 55% off of your first month at Scentbird. Thank you, Scentbird, for sponsoring today's video and keeping me smelling like a queen. And now let's get back to the story. The Neuralink went viral in early 2022, despite the fact that it has been something that has been in the works since back in 2016, I think, is when Elon Musk filed a patent and started up the company. However, the Neuralink, a brain chip, could go into human trial as early as this year, which is what all the fuss kind of came from. According to Fortune, Neuralink is dedicated to developing a device that, once implanted in the human brain, would allow a computer to translate a person's thoughts into action, eventually allowing the individual to do anything we do today through typing, pressing buttons, or manipulating a mouse and joystick by simply thinking about the desired result instead. That description alone may sound incredibly Black Mirror to you. Maybe a little bit too futuristic, or like, what's the appeal? What could we do with this, really, that we can't do through just typing away with our hands? It seems, though, that the Neuralink would have a lot of really incredible applicable uses. Things like allowing people who are paralyzed to type or interact with technology in a way that they wouldn't normally be able to do because of a lack of use of hands or other motor functions. Elon Musk has promised, to quote him exactly, that this technology will enable someone with paralysis to use a smartphone with their mind faster than using thumbs. It could also be used to treat other neural disorders and give people back their lives in some capacity. But what's even crazier about all of this is that it's not as futuristic as you may think. Like I said, we could be looking at human trials for this as early as this year. And I say human trials because they have implemented the Neuralink into animals. They have animals using a brain chip. A video of a 9-year-old monkey named Pager went viral last year because he had been implemented with the Neuralink device. This video in itself, I think, is a really fascinating watch and just shows like how insane this technology truly is, how far along it is. In this video, we can see a monkey using a joystick to click different like lit up boxes on a screen. Now, what's really fascinating is that later in the video, it's revealed to us that the joystick is unplugged. Pager is entirely using the Neuralink in order to input these commands. He just doesn't know it because he's so used to the action with the joystick. So he may not even realize it himself, but he is entirely doing these movements through the use of his brain. At first I thought he was doing something with his mouth, but it turns out that this is like a straw that he has in his mouth that's feeding him strawberry banana smoothie because he is obviously like, you know, using the device correctly and they're utilizing him in this test. So that's what he's doing with his mouth. But again, for a while I was like, would you still have to do something with your mouth to make the brain chip work? But no. All telepathic, basically. In the following part of this video, we can even see Pager playing the Atari game Pong with no joystick in sight. He's entirely controlling this through his mind with no motor function like ever implemented. Like I said, this video of Pager went viral in 2021, but the Neuralink is going viral once more because Elon Musk has begun the search for a director for human trials of the Neuralink, which means we could be getting a human trial of this insane brain chip device as early as this year. Not only is the chip really usable in situations with tech, it could also change the way that people feel touch. Like you could imagine your arm being caressed and you would feel every single bit of the touch and the nerve endings. Like you would feel the motion and the nerves without somebody ever touching you. Elon Musk even believes that in the future we will be able to save and replay memories, even going so far as to taking your memories on the Neuralink or some kind of device and implementing them into a new body or a robotic body. This point in particular brought a lot of people to compare the Neuralink to the Black Mirror episode, The Entire History of You. Now, I rewatched this right before filming this because I was just curious. Like, I've seen all of Black Mirror, big fan, obby, except for that one episode with the Prime Minister and the pig. That was something. But in the episode of Black Mirror that everyone is comparing the Neuralink to, The Entire History of You, basically everyone in the future has a small, like, grain-sized device that's implanted right into the base of their brain. This stores all of their memories. So it's like if they did something during the day, they could literally like broadcast it to a television and watch it back. That episode was much more focused on like people connecting over their own memories or fighting because of their own memories, which could be a huge thing with the idea of being able to store your memories in itself. In the Black Mirror episode, this guy goes through like TSA and they ask him to scan over his last 24 hours so they can see everything that he was doing and make sure he wasn't up to any like illegal stuff. I think that's a really fascinating concept, like a really fascinating idea. But is it something that we need to worry about with a Neuralink? Maybe not. It's actually been like very loudly talked about in the scientific community that potentially the research, the technology, everything for the Neuralink is actually quite outdated. Marcus Gerhardt, the CEO of BlackRock Neurotech, went so far as to say, to quote, his team's approach, Musk's obviously, in some areas is very innovative. The surgical approach with robotic, for example, is brilliant, but some of the things that they have demonstrated are outdated. He went on to explain that this experiment with animals had already been done. He even said that to show this technology in like a monkey or a pig or something is something that the people really familiar with this research on a brain chip of sorts would have done like 10 years ago. He even kind of hinted that maybe the original researchers of that kind of project would be a little bit miffed about the sudden rise in success that Elon Musk has seen with it, despite the fact that it's pretty outdated technology, supposedly. They probably feel really hardened by it, which is, you know, about these researchers because they did it about 10 years ago, but they didn't get any profile. Then Elon comes along, he does it once, and everybody's in awe. All of that aside, Anna Wexler, who is a professor of medical ethics and health policy at the University of Pennsylvania, was quoted as saying, "I doubt we will have accurate mind-reading consumer devices in the near future." So despite the fact that it's being shown, obviously used with a monkey, and it seems like something that is very real, very here and very now, that maybe it won't be something we will actually see as a consumer device for years to come. Maybe it could be a medical thing that's given to people who obviously need it, and who are the priority for a device like this, but supposedly for consumer use might still be a bit in the future. But ultimately, I really want to know what you guys think. I think that something like this is so fascinating to me because I have such a fear of technology sometimes. I think we are so dependent on it at this stage in our society all over the world. And it's like the more that comes along, the more dependent we will be. It's kind of crazy to think that there could be a day in the future when it wouldn't be normal to not have a literal chip in your brain that allows you to use your smartphone the way that you're just scrolling with your thumbs. Like, I'm sure that that's obviously not where it stops, but it's just crazy. But at the same time, we have like self-driving cars. You know, we have billionaires on the moon. Maybe it's not that far off. That being said, I can see why this would be so useful, why it would be so helpful, but it's also kind of scary. Sort of very Black Mirror. Like, are we already in the future? Should we just stop fighting it? Or is there somewhere we should draw the line? I don't know. I really want to know your thoughts down below. I'm very curious. For now, I want to thank you all so very much for watching. I really appreciate you being here for this video. I'm going to be skipping my member shoutouts for the month just while I get caught up on my videos and stuff. But if you ever do want to join my channel memberships, you can click that little join button. It should be somewhere around the screen. We would love to have you. For now, thank you so much for watching. If you did enjoy, go and give me a thumbs up. Please subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. I love you, and I will see you in my next video. Bye!